So when I first started, being able to make a web page, the web was nothing like it is now. In fact, back in probably '97, um, I just I could hardly make a web page look like anything. But the goal was that I was taking kids, in this case, to the Grand Canyon, and we'd go spend some nights in the Grand Canyon, and I just wanted to share pictures with the family, and it was really interesting to me too because I was learning something new, and I thought that was cool. So initially it started out fairly simple, where we really did just take some pictures, and so people could look at the pictures of the trip, and a parent could see their kid down in the Grand Canyon. And then I started thinking, well, I could probably add some words, and so we put some words, descriptions of who was there and whatever, and that was kind of neat. And then we started adding more words, and I had the students write a little bit. I mean, look at these web pages; they're old. So I'd have this, a short little description of the trip. So the kids were hiking in the canyon, and then we'd hike out, and we would write a little bit about it. And as that progressed, it ended up being pretty extravagant. Again, these were trips that I was taking during various classes, but I realized that I could, they could write a whole lot, and they could draw pictures, and we could put them in these web pages. So and this was a really interesting thing to be able to share with parents who were in many cases either out of the country or far away. So that was pretty neat, and that's kind of how it started, was with these Grand Canyon things. That evolved into doing some other things that were like those climbing trips. We would make a little website that had some pictures and some writing, and some looked nice and some did not, but we would go somewhere and we would write. A lot of times that turned into say not just writing, but say kids using software to create like a postcard of a trip that they took. And so we made the postcards and we sent them to the parents. And so that was all pretty interesting. Some of those, a PDF file is a pretty common type of file these days, and we would, a lot of those, this is real old looking too, but these students would make these publications, and they would, we were able to put them out there on the internet. But we did some other fun things, some videos. Let's see if this will play here. Yeah, I don't know if I can make that play. So, oh, darn, I lost it. So let me go back and find that. So all of that stuff, all those sites, and this link you guys can go cruise around on. I'll give this to Ruth too. Anymore, you don't need to be all tricky like this. These things can be done in blogs that are so easy to use and so easy to create. And I think that the sharing of these things is what, to me, makes them valuable. And there's a certain amount of ownership in being able to change the colors on what you create. A lot of this stuff I did with students, but much of it I ended up doing myself. So I think that as we progress with these digital tools and the internet, not only can we make some really great printed materials and videos that get placed on DVDs, but the internet allows us to instantly, share them too, and I think that's pretty amazing. And for you guys, and as you move down the path of education, wherever you find yourself, a lot of these tools come back to be useful to you as well. I mean, this is a web page, and you know, I was making these for kids to show pictures of the Grand Canyon, but now it's like it's my resume. You know, it's and that's a useful tool. It's a useful thing to know how to do this sort of thing. So I would encourage you to explore the options, not only in the copy machine, but with the local video camera and images and creating things that are, you know, for you or for your students that utilize these tools. So anyway, Ruth has my email. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. I hope you have a great evening and the rest of the class, and thanks for letting me have some time there.